I'm often confused by your sporadic interaction. One minute you greet me with flowers, then in the next moment your silence is like the racking of a shotgun. The sound is the evident premonition of doom, distinctive enough to clear a room or in this case break a heart. It wasn't our incompatibility but your need for insecurity that tore us apart, which is why the wound from the loss of this relationship is hard enough to deal with. Without your back and forth inconsistency when it comes to where and who you want to be or be with. Whether or not I was willing to work this out was never the question. I have swallowed so much of my pride that I suffer from perpetual indigestion just to get you to be my girl, while simply trying to recover from the lost footing of my place in this world. You are the one I once looked to as my muse. Now you seem to callously speak to me invitingly as if all is well and everything is okay, but it's not. Because your kindness seems to lull me into a false sense of security and my fear prevents me from knowing what to say. So please, stop picking the scab. I don't know if I can do this again. A stance which has created for me a different understanding of you. Your latest communication has been so intimate. Memories of what we once were cause me to be so into it, but in a split second, I slip out of that moment. And the past fast forwards its way into the present. The feeling I now feel is the deja vu. During this brief trip down memory lane, I can't help but await the plummet of the other shoe, because I've become convinced that this is what you do. We've been here before. You would crucify me with my faults and then suddenly become who I was always begging and hoping and waiting and praying for, even before the previous sores healed and I could recover. So even in the midst of your current semblance of passion, just above my head, the image of your anger hovers, because your callousness scares me. It literally has me walking around on automatic like a zombie. I'm sure that at this point you don't even entertain the thought of me. How could you ever even say you love me is truly becoming hard to see, because like raw meat my heart beats in spite of its injury, which is why I am begging you, please, stop picking the scab. Stop making me bleed. It's hard enough to deal with the loss of the fantasy of us, let alone remembering how to breathe.